Welcome to Coding and Billing in Dietetics, Nutrition 4550. I'm going to be your professor, Dr. Devin Gollum. Here's a little bit about myself. I've been a registered dietitian for nearly 20 years, and I also earned a PhD in nutritional sciences with an emphasis in exercise sciences. So I have a lot of background in the field and with this topic. I am currently a part-time faculty member in the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences at NMSU, and this is the department that the Human Nutrition and Dietetic Science major is found in. I used to be a full-time faculty member in this department and the director of the dietetics major until I moved in the spring of 2016, and I've been working part-time since. I also own my own business consulting to dietetic programs or institutions that want dietetic programs and providing continuing education to dietitians. So if you have any questions about the field, the profession, or the practice, as well as the major in the course, just let me know. I'm going to get a little bit on my soapbox here. And tell you why this is going to be an advantageous class for you. You'll want to learn how to increase your value. This is going to be a lifelong goal of how do I increase my value and become more marketable and more necessary. And something to keep in the back of your mind is that old saying, the answer to 9 out of 10 questions is associated with money. So money is our currency in terms of value in our society, whether we like it or not. And the truth is, there is a lot of intrinsic value in our field and working within our field of nutrition. Helping others and promoting health can make us feel really good. And that's great, but it doesn't pay the bills unless we bring in the money and are reimbursed for our services and reimbursed fairly. So that's what the main focus of this course will be about, reimbursement. But I want you to really look at the larger picture and recognize that your value is directly related to your applied knowledge of making money and money management. Now, when I say your value, I mean your value within an institution that you work for. I don't mean as a person or a human being. I mean as uh, as an employee of someone that you are gaining a paycheck from. They're going to see you as more valuable if you are able to bring in more money and recruit more funds, and if you are able to manage that money well. Okay, so we're going to talk about reimbursement within the making money section. But there is also larger topics that are very specific to the field of nutrition, like fundraising and development and grant funding, like writing grants. So if you're interested in those other two topics of how to bring in or make more money for any institution, let me know and I can direct you to other resources. The other side is money management. So your value is also directly related to your applied knowledge of money management. When you're put in a management role, or even if you're not, but you see the opportunity to help manage money, you should dive in. So the more you know about financial planning, about devising and following budgets, about making investments, the better. If you want more information on those topics, again, let me know and I can send you to different resources. Like I said before, the focus of this course is going to be reimbursement. And I've divided this course into 6 different modules where we'll talk about these overarching topics. We're going to talk about payment basics, who pays for nutrition services, so where does the money come from? We're going to talk about coding and billing, of course, Medicare. We're going to talk about money management within business and management and some best practices. And then we're going to have a module on changes in healthcare delivery and payment. And so you can learn about alternative payment methods and these 6 modules will give you that overview of reimbursement in our field. You will see these course learning objectives on the syllabi, and like all other course learning objectives that are listed in all of your classes, this is basically stating what you will be able to do by the end of the course. So you're going to learn how to do these things throughout the course. You will identify public and private healthcare funding sources. You will be able to describe the process of becoming a provider. You will explain Medicare and Medicaid and private payer coverage for medical nutrition therapy. You will be able to discuss referrals, primary care partnerships, and promoting nutrition services. And finally, you'll be able to describe best practices, resources, and guidelines related to billing and reimbursement for nutrition services. Each module will have a lecture, some lecture notes, some reading materials and examples as necessary, and will end with one quiz to assess your learning. Keeping in mind that this is a 1-credit course, the main goal is to provide a general overview and some exposure to reimbursement in our field. This is really so that you have a good conceptual idea of this topic, so that when you apply it in the future, you can understand what you're doing and also reference the materials within this course to find best practices, guidelines, and other resources that you may need to use when you are actually at the point where you will be asking for reimbursement and coding and billing. So let's get started. Now, keep in mind, you really should take advantage of this opportunity. This is a unique course that is not provided in most undergraduate dietetic programs, meaning a lot of students are not going to get this conceptual understanding that you're about to get. Also keep in mind that in the future, you may reference this course and this course material. I have heard this so many times from previous students. They have emailed me and let me know, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you provided these notes or these outlines or these lectures, because I've been able to go back and look at your notes when I'm practicing in the field and say, wait a minute, how do I do this? And they have this information. So keep the information provided to you. You may reference this in the future. And then lastly, I want you to feel really comfortable coming to me to ask questions. You can ask questions through the Canvas course messaging system, or you can email me directly. Ask as many questions as you would like. I will try to answer them for you or find someone who can. We'll get you resources, information, but the more you ask, the more you think about this, the more you get out of it.